Word up, you utterly unique human being. In this video I am going to play the arcade game Space Harrier as adapted for the ZX Spectrum. I grew up in Lowestoft in Suffolk, and the main arcade, well, there were two arcades on the seafront, the South Pier and the Claremont Pier, and I really loved the Claremont Pier, which is the more southerly of the two, I think. And at the front of this arcade, somewhere around the mid-80s, I guess, when I was 1 year old, was a Space Harrier machine, and it was the full... Jesus, look at that. This game is quite unforgiving, particularly on the Spectrum, I think. Yeah, I think, as I understand it, there were different varieties of Space Harrier machines in the arcade, or at least two. One was, I guess, a normal arcade machine. Is this right? Tell me if I'm wrong in comments. But the one in the Claremont, anyway, was a full hydraulic... sit-down model that moved around in tandem with your movements in the game. And it was just, I mean, it's very hard to describe to you how much I love that game and how exciting it was when I went in there and played it repeatedly. And so, as you can imagine, I was very excited about the prospect of getting an adaptation of that game for the Spectrum. And I mean, in many ways you might look at this game, if you know what the arcade game looks, it's just very colourful and gorgeous and fast, and there's great music, really fast action. I mean, sometimes blisteringly fast on the later stages, whereas this, as you would fully expect, the Spectrum can't live up to that. But at the time when I got this game, I wasn't disappointed at all. It took me a while to get used to the nature of this adaptation, but once I did, I just played it non-stop. I don't know how old I was. I must have been... I seem to remember this helping me through exam stages, or exam phases, or probably not helping at all, because I probably played this game a lot when I should have been revising for exams. But I played this non-stop, and as you can hear, hopefully you can hear, there's very limited sound effects and no music whatsoever. So I would play music very loudly while listening to this, and I would play on loop. I would play one particular song, and this was before I really got into metal, and so I refuse to tell you what that song was that I played on loop. I will tell you what that song was. I'll add it in the comments below, the information, when I reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you're really curious as to how embarrassing this piece of music was, then like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah, this game is pretty hard. I mean, it's especially hard when you're trying to talk and play. I definitely, solidarity with Steve Benway, who I've mentioned before on this channel, and he's one of my favourite YouTubers, and his motto is that he plays a game badly so you can see what it looks like. And he does, but despite having that as his declared mission statement, he still gets people saying, "You suck at this game, you play terribly." I'd really like to know if any of those people have ever tried chatting away, not just chatting away to a friend while playing a game, but chatting away on YouTube. And I think the thing with this kind of gameplay video is you have to prioritize the talking over the gameplay, otherwise you probably end up with a silent video with no talking at all, and perfect gameplay and a great score, which isn't really all that exciting to watch. At least it isn't in my book. I do like retro gameplay videos to have chatter recorded live as the person plays, hence why I'm doing it like this. How long is it taking me to kill this dragon? I've literally been on this screen now for 5 hours. That's no exaggeration. Clearly. What else can I tell you about Space Harrier? I don't know a whole lot of stuff about it. I mean, on this channel in general, in the gameplay videos, in any of the videos, you're not really going to get a lot of information about the games and films that I'm talking about. I just love them. I don't really aspire to be a walking encyclopedia, and also want recording these videos to be fun. But I do know this was adapted for a fair few other platforms. I've got Space Harrier 2 on the Mega Drive, which I think is really good. Certainly in terms of colour, it's a step up from this. But this is still really good fun. I mean, this has the gameplay. I mean, you sacrifice the music, and you're not really sacrificing that much speed, actually. It's pretty good. And, you know, I think that the music is a sacrifice worth making, especially as you can just supply your own. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for dying. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, Christ. There we go. For some reason, I remember there having been 18 screens on the arcade machine. This may be wrong. The tactic that I really remember, and clearly it's doing me proud here, is, for God's sake, I think it's easier to hit things in this version than it was in the arcade, and that is my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Whatever. There we go. How do I? There. Yeah, let's play again. Come on. Come on. Yeah, circular motion really helped get me through the arcade version. I don't think it works so well here. But yeah, when I was playing the arcade machine, I was just in a constant circular motion. Yeah, see, I think the graphics are really good. I mean, this is a really worthy adaptation. It's not one of those adaptations where you just have to lose so much stuff in order to, you know, to create something even vaguely like the original game. I mean, this is pretty close. In the comments below, I'd really like to hear your memories of Space Harrier, if you were a really big fan of it in the arcade, or even if you remember seeing it in the arcade. Let me know. I'd also like to know if there was a non-hydraulic version, or whether all the UK arcades and US arcades, wherever back then, actually did have different versions other than the hydraulic one. Right, I'm going to concentrate a little bit more now. The trick is to shoot that dragon as soon as he turns away and blast him right up the pipe, right up the bracket. That should do the trick. Yeah, you can. I think you can see the fear in his face, can't you? He knows his number's up. Maybe. He's a pretty tough boss for the end of the first level, or I could just be useless. Oh, he's dead. Okay, killed him faster this time. I'd like to get through to the third stage if I can, because I can remember, if I remember rightly, the third stage has like a roof and lots of things flying past, like sort of big boulders that you have to dodge. So those stages kind of introduce a different kind of element to the game. God, I'd have really loved to play the hydraulic version of this game again, the arcade version. I did play one about 10 years ago at a retro gaming convention, and that was just a joy. But yeah, I'd love to play this again. I do have a picture of me somewhere as a kid playing this machine in the arcade, and if I can find it, then I will set fire to it and reduce it to ashes. Or I might put it up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. I'm not entirely sure where it is. I've got far too much stuff, unfortunately. So how have you been? What's it like to be you at the moment? Oh yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. I just wish you'd worn more clothes while watching this video. To be honest, it's a little bit distracting. I don't mind saying. Right, can I get through this level to show you level 3? I don't even know how many lives I've got. I daren't take my eyes off the screen to check how many lives I've got, or it could be the end of me. Ah yes, the spinning ring of faces. That's the technical term for this boss. There we go. Die. You will... Oh, it looks like I've got 5 lives left, have I? That's got to be promising. Surely I can get to level 3. Maybe not. Doesn't give you much of a chance to get back on your feet, this game, but I seem to remember the arcade machine didn't either, so it is faithful in that regard. Oh, maybe this isn't the one. Okay. Well, this level is a different colour and does have furious flying mushrooms that hurtle towards you. So that's good. Ah, for God's sake, come on. Give a man a break. Throw me a frickin' bone. In the arcade, when you die, you really let out a terrible pained roar, and it's probably a mercy that it's not included in this version. Oh God. Right, that's me dead, isn't it? No, one more. Let's throw the dice one more time. Sorry, I'm just falling silent now because I am actually concentrating. Bloody hell. See, look at the speed of that. You see, I think that's excellent. That really is comparable to the arcade machine. Is this another... That's a two-headed behemoth. You can blow one head up independently of the other, if memory serves. And that's, you know, that's a fairly big graphic for the Spectrum to be dealing with, isn't it? I've killed one. Oh, God. Come on, you bastard. Die, just die. Die like a dog. There. Why is he so much tougher than his twin brother who I've killed? And he's probably not very happy about that. See, the circular motion is paying dividends. Right, I can probably show you a glimpse of stage 4 now, which I think has the roof on, and I can show you about 2 seconds of that before I die. No, I'm completely wrong. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's kind of hasn't got a visible roof, but it's got things that fly above you or underneath you, and you have to dodge them. Okay. Yeah, in the arcade version, this has a roof. There we are. Marvellous. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching that. I've certainly enjoyed playing it, and I'm going to give it another go now, but it'll probably be quite repetitive for you to watch. So I'm going to stop talking and bid you a very, very good day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, then like, share, subscribe, and all of that kind of stuff. Bye now.